Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be running through a few tips and tricks that I can give you on traveling with your camera gear. Basically I've got a trip at the end of the week, so today is Tuesday, I'm traveling on Friday. I won't say where it is, but if you join me in next week's video, I'll basically be there. So yeah, that will be future me coming to you guys from a secret location. But yeah, essentially I'm going to run through the ways in which you can kind of save a bit of space in your camera bag and basically slim your gear down to where you're just taking the bare essentials. So I do have to make a few tough decisions because I've only got hand luggage. So basically I've got like a carry-on bag, and then I can have like a smaller, it has to be a small bag, like a laptop bag or like a small rucksack that can go under the seat in front of me. So haven't got much space, and I do want to take as much of my camera kit as possible. So I obviously have to take clothes as well. I've got to wear something while I'm there, and it is a potentially quite cold location. But yeah, it's going to be a good trip, and join me next week to see exactly where I am. So let's get into it. Let's find out what gear I'm going to show you guys and all the tips and tricks that I can give you. Right, okay, let's get into it. Welcome to a very messy room at the moment. But basically this is all of the gear that I'm planning to take with me, or gonna try anyway. But yeah, it is proving to be quite difficult, and to be honest with you, I don't know exactly how this is gonna go. I've got a couple of ideas in my head of how I can work this, but I've actually never traveled this light with my photography gear, so it's a bit of a learning curve for me as well, to be honest with you. But yeah, let's start by taking a look at the suitcase. So this Timberland suitcase, I can't remember what the name is. If I can find it, I'll pop a link down below, and likewise I'll pop a link down to any of the gear that I mention in this video if I can find it, because some of this stuff, like this suitcase, I mean, I've had this suitcase for about 4 or 5 years, so I don't know if they even make it anymore, but it's lasting pretty well actually. It's like a hard shell suitcase, fits into all the overhead bins in aeroplanes, taking it on trains and stuff as well, and yeah, it's a pretty durable one. So, and I like the color. That was the main thing that I wanted. So yeah, it's a good suitcase. So I've got to fit all of my camera gear in here essentially, if I can, and my clothes as well, obviously. So yeah, if I unzip this, so it's got these two compartments on either side. They're not very big, but that's what I'm working with. So that's that. And the first thing that I want to try is to try and fit my whole camera bag inside this. So my camera bag is 30 litres, just for reference, and I just want to see whether it would be possible to kind of put my camera bag into this suitcase and then kind of maybe fit my clothes and stuff in all of the gaps around it. So yeah, let's give that a go. It's a bit of a long shot, but it's worth a try. So this is my camera bag. Zip it up. I can already see that it's not going to work. Yeah, that's just too big. You know, the camera bag is basically the same size as the suitcase. That's the problem. So it's never gonna close. So that's not going to work. So I got to come up with another solution. And luckily, I do have a small shoulder bag. So this is a Low Pro Tactic. Can't remember what the literage is, but again, I've had this for a long time. Oh, Low Pro Tactic SH180AW. So yeah, this is a really good durable bag, and it's a camera bag. So it's got the separated bits on the inside there, and it's got all this moly or mol webbing all over it. So it's got a few pockets and stuff. Yeah, really good camera bag. And then you can attach your tripod underneath it like that. So that's what I usually do. I'm not planning any big hikes on this trip, but there will be, you know, possibly some, I don't know, half an hour walks, something like that. So I do need something that's reasonably comfortable, but yeah, I don't need a backpack necessarily. So basically this is going to be the bag that I take and put underneath the seat. That's my plan. And then this is where all of my clothes, my tripod's got to fit in there. And that's where like the bulk of the gear is going to have to go, because obviously I've got a lot more volume in there. So yeah, let's try and see what we can do now. So clothes wise, this is all of my clothes at the moment, so I won't bore you and show you all my panties and everything like that, but I mean the main thing, I got 2 pairs of trousers, which I might actually take one out and wear them on the plane, actually, thinking about it. 2 pairs of trousers, couple of shirts for the evenings. I'm going to be taking 4 pairs of merino wool socks because it is potentially going to be quite cold there. And then what else have I got? A couple of t-shirts, that kind of stuff. I'm not taking any kind of outdoor trousers like hiking trousers because again I'm not going to be doing any of that, so I don't need those kind of outdoorsy clothes as much. The top half I will take some outdoorsy gear, but again it doesn't need to be really harsh condition stuff. It is a wintry location, but I actually don't know what the weather's going to be like. It might turn out to be absolutely fine, in which case I don't want to have taken like, you know, hiking boots and that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm sticking with this for now. And as you can see, it's kind of taking up half of the suitcase already, so that's not good. But that's my clothes. That's the boring part over and done with, so let's get into some camera gear. So tripod wise, this is the main tripod that I'm shooting with these days because my camera gear is so much lighter now, going to APS-C from full frame. APS-C from full frame. Yeah, because my gear is so much lighter, I don't need such a heavy tripod, and this I have no worries about. This is definitely going to fit in this suitcase. But the one change that I'm going to make, this is the 3-legged thing, Brian, I think it is, the Punks Brian. But the head on it, that's the only weakness of this, well, I say the only weakness, the main weakness of this tripod. The head, it isn't as good as my other tripod head, which I'll show you. So this is the 3-legged thing Winston. This is my big boy. And this takes a lot more weight. If I'm doing astrophotography or anything in really windy conditions, this will be the tripod that I grab. And it was much more suitable for a full frame camera, I'll be honest. So it's a bit overkill for APS-C and the smaller lenses and everything like that. But it's still a really, really good tripod, and I love using it when I do use it. But I definitely wouldn't want to hike all day with this tripod. That you know, it does weigh quite a bit compared to this one. And as you can see, it's got these, I think they call these stilettos. These are quite good. They're a little bit gimmicky, but yeah, they're like feet that you attach, and then if you detach that bit, it's got a spike on it, so they can spike into the ground if there's like sand or the ground's like a bit uneven, something like that. You can just basically get it to be a bit more even. But yeah, the main thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to swap the heads on these tripods because this head is amazing. So this head just really works well with any camera. So I'm going to take the smaller tripod but the bigger tripod head. So that's where I'm going to start. Right, so that's the tripod. So that can go in like so. And then as you can see, I've still got quite a bit of room. The shoes is going to be the main thing that's quite tricky. I'm probably going to take 1 pair of boots and 1 pair of trainers, and I haven't decided which I'm going to wear yet, but I'll put one in here just to kind of represent 1 pair of shoes basically. I'll probably put the boots in here, give me a minute. Right, so boots, let's get these in. I was just thinking I'm definitely going to put the boots in here because you know what is the worst when you get to the airport and you have to kind of take your shoes off at the security bit, and if you've got boots on it just takes twice as long. So yeah, trainers all the way for traveling. I mean, it's just so much easier. And the boots, they are quite bulky though. Yeah, look at that, it's taken up so much room already. I may have to rethink that. I may have to swap to the trainers, but you never know. Let's just see how we get on. The other boring thing that I doubt anyone's interested in is my toiletries, so I won't bore you with what's in there. But I've had this bag for quite a few years and it is quite good. It's a Jack Wolfskin Mini Wash Salon. So yeah, WASCHSALON. But yeah, it's a really good, it kind of folds out, I'll just show you. It folds out like that, and you can kind of hang it up in your hotel room or whatever. And yeah, that's been a good bag, so I do recommend that. I won't bore you with what's in there. So yeah, that's that. Look at that, it's filling up quite quickly, isn't it? You really don't have much space when you're just taking carry-on. One other thing that I'm going to put in here for sure. So I'm going to wear my main kind of puffy down layer, and I'm going to wear that on the plane, and then that kind of will act as a bit of a cushion if I need it on the plane as well. So yeah, this is another ultralight down vest that I usually take. It really crushes down to barely anything, so it's always worth taking to kind of cold places, because you know it doesn't add any weight or volume to your bag really, so it's worth taking if you need like a little bit of an extra layer just to keep you a bit warmer. So yeah, that's definitely going in there. Anything else back here? Oh, probably going to take these as well. These are my merino wool leggings. So yeah, I would usually take like a whole merino base layer, but like I said, I'm short on space, so I don't really want to take the top. I've got other things up top to keep me nice and warm. I've got my down jackets and everything like that. So yeah, I'm going to just take these merino wool leggings and they will keep me warm on the bottom half. So God knows where they're going to go though. Right. Anything else back here? Oh, there is potential for rain or even snow where I'm going. I'm hoping for snow actually, because some snowy shots would be absolutely incredible of the place I'm going to. So yeah, let's hope for snow. But yeah, I do have to take a waterproof basically, and this is my usual go-to. So this is it's the Craghoppers Gore-Tex jacket, all the bells and whistles, really good. Had this a long time and it served me really well, so I would usually take that, but it is a bit bulky, and if it doesn't rain I'm gonna regret it, because it's not the most fashionable jacket in the world and it does take up quite a bit of room if I've got to try and fit it in here. So I also have this jacket, and believe it or not, this jacket's like 15 quid from Decathlon. I don't know what it is in other countries, but in Britain here, I think it's about £15. I'll pop a link down below, because I do really recommend this jacket. It packs down to nothing. It is waterproof for like showers and a bit of rain. I wouldn't wear this all day, but you know, I've taken this on proper hikes before. I've taken it like to Wales in the Black Mountains, and it served me really well. And if you don't need it, you don't need it. And it just kind of can stay in your bag, doesn't take up much room, but if you need it, it's a really good layer. So, and it doesn't cost much, so yeah, that's something that I really recommend people have in their arsenal, kind of like a really packable lightweight jacket like that. And it's just a bonus that it's so cheap in the first place. So where can I put this? I'll stuff that in there for now. Let's stuff it in there like so. Voila. Right, what everyone's been waiting for, the camera gear. Let's get into that. So camera, this is my daily driver. This is what I use for all of my photography nowadays. Very rare that I have an occasion that I won't be using this. This is the Sony a6700, and I did just do a full review on this camera. So if you're interested in how this camera compares to the other Sony cameras that I've used in the past, because I've shot Sony for about 6 years now, and yeah, this camera, it really ticks all the boxes for me, and I'm really happy that I switched to it. So if you're interested in this camera and my thoughts on it, then click a link, then maybe click up here. I'll try and put it up here. If not, it'll be down in the description below. So yeah, Sony a7 III. Sony a7 III? No, I haven't had that for years. Sony a6700 in the bag. I should also just say that this is the Tamron 18-300mm. That lens stays on the camera for the vast majority of my shots these days, and again, I'll leave a link down in the description below if you're interested in it. But yeah, highly recommend this lens as well for APS-C. So yeah, there's a video that you guys can watch. I'll either put that up here or down there. That's in the bag. Wide angle lens. So this is the 18-300 on there. So I do need something that goes out a bit wider, because the location that I'm going to has the potential to have some really good wide angle landscapes. So this is the Sigma 16mm. This is a stunning lens. I don't know if I'll take it though, because I do have a better lens on the camera. So my wide angle lens is currently on this camera recording me. So yeah, I'm going to put the 16mm to represent it, but the wide angle lens is on the camera. So yeah, wide angle lens goes in there. Extension tubes. I must have my extension tubes just in case I see some macro shots, some close-up photography. I can't resist that. And look at them, they're so small. They just take up no room in there. So yeah, definitely having them in there. A drone, I've got to have my drone. So this is the DJI Mini 3 Pro. Very happy with this drone. Again, it takes up no room, hasn't got a battery in it right now, and it weighs like, it's a joke how light it is, to be honest with you. It's under 250 grams with the battery, I think. So yeah, that is really, really nice and lightweight. And again, the place I'm going to, there's definitely, I would be so surprised if there's not an opportunity to take some drone photography and videography. It's just a stunning location for that kind of thing. So yeah, that's definitely going in the bag. So wide angle lens, standard zoom, telephoto zoom, all in one in there. Drone controller. What else do we need? This is my this is like a toolkit that I have. At some point I'll make a full review of this toolkit and explain everything that's in there, but this is all really useful stuff that, you know, I just can't live without. It's a lot of really, really useful things. The one thing though that I can't take blades. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to take that on the plane. That is my Gerber suspension multi-tool. So that's going to have to stay at home. What else have I got in here? Liquids I'm going to have to be very careful of. Obviously I've got a liquid limit, so when it comes to going on the plane, that's going to have to go in a clear bag to kind of differentiate it from all of the other stuff. So that's my toolkit. That's going to go in the front pockets like so. So yeah, like I said, I need a clear bag for my liquids. So at the moment this bag has got lots of snacks and stuff in, which I don't necessarily need, so I may leave those here. Those go in there, and then the liquids go in there. If you're interested in all of the things that I put in my camera bag, usually things like this, they're really useful little tips and tricks. I made a video a few weeks ago called the top 10 must-haves in your camera bag, something like that. But again, I'll pop a link up here or down below, and you guys can watch that if you're interested in all the kind of like really day-to-day stuff that I just think is so useful in your camera bag. So yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's really useful. So that's going to have to go with the liquids. And that's just reminded me, actually, I've got my toiletries. I'm going to have to go through them at some point. Won't bore you with it in the video, but yeah, I'm going to have to go through and take any liquids out and put them in here. So all of those liquids have got to fit in here. And I think, is it 50 ml they've got to be to travel on a plane? So yeah, I'm going to have to make sure of all of that. But again, won't bore you with it. These are the drone batteries, so they're going to have to go in somewhere. This is getting really tricky now, isn't it? So probably what I'm going to have to do is that toolkit, that's going to have to go in here, and the drone batteries are going to have to go in here, I think, because I want the most valuable things, the really kind of like crucial stuff like camera, drone, you know, I don't want those going missing or anything. So they're going to have to live in here, and they're going to have to stay with me just in case they say, you know what, sir, we're going to have to put your suitcase down in the hold below. I really don't want my camera gear going down there, but I don't mind so much the tripod, and obviously I don't mind like my boots and stuff going down there. But yeah, the really valuable stuff I'm going to keep with me under the seat down below, just in case like the overhead bins are just way too full, or the flight's really busy or something like that. So that's the plan anyway. My head torch, I definitely need the head torch. There may be an opportunity for astrophotography where I'm going, and definitely going to need that. And yeah, the red light is going to come in really useful for the astrophotography and stuff. So yeah, that's definitely coming with me. Spare camera battery, so I've only got one. I've got, this is the Sony Z battery, which is so much better than the old smaller batteries. So yeah, I've got two of these. One will go in the camera, and then obviously I've got my spare. So yeah, I'm not actually going to take a camera battery charger with me, but this does charge through the camera. So yeah, if it needs charging, the batteries will just have to go into the camera, and that's my charger basically. Filters, so here got some filters there, polarizer, variable ND, and step up rings. That's what I keep in here. And then I've also got the drone filters as well. They're going to have to go in. So that's like that. Right, so the next thing, let me get a bit more comfortable here. So the camera that I'm shooting with at the moment, is the Sony a6400, and it's got my wide angle lens, the Sony 11mm 1.8. That's an amazing little setup for my YouTube videos and for kind of the wide angle like this, and to capture everything in the frame. But I don't think I'm going to have room, looking at this, to fit that camera into here. I am going to take the lens, like I said, but that's being represented at the moment with the Sigma 16mm. So the Sony a6400 is not going to be able to come with me. So over Christmas, my fiance Frankie was very kind to give me the DJI Action 4 for Christmas, and so far I'm absolutely loving this as a little vlogging setup. It's got really good battery life. It lasts all day from what I've tried so far, and it's just really good. The stabilization's excellent, the quality is really good. You get a little bit of the background blur behind you in the shots, so that's fantastic. The low light capabilities, it's not too bad. Pitch black is yeah, there's no point filming in pitch black, so like the astrophotography vlog, if I do that while I'm out there, that might be a bit tricky with this camera. But yeah, this is going to be my vlogging setup, so I don't think I'm going to take an external microphone. I'm going to risk that because the internal audio is so good with this. I don't think I need it. So the DJI Action 4, and it's got a cage around it which keeps it nice and protected. So there's that. And instead of a second tripod, like at the moment, you're on a camera stand actually, but yeah, imagine you're on a tripod. If I'm doing my YouTube videos, I usually need two tripods really to be able to kind of record myself with my photography camera set up on a tripod. So yeah, that's gonna go in for sure. Pop that in there. And instead of a second tripod, I got this. This is a Ulanzi. It's like a TikTok thing, I think. So it goes out like that, and then I think if you twist that loosens it, does it? Yeah. And then it's telescopic, and it goes like to head height. It's hard to show you in this frame, but I'll put some B-roll over this, and you guys can see exactly how tall it goes. But yeah, that's going to be my second tripod, and because I've got the DJI Action 4, this has a magnetic mount underneath, which is so handy because it literally just goes onto that clip, and it's clipped in there. It can't go anywhere now, and that's just a great setup. You know, that's so convenient. It won't stand up in wind, so if it's a really windy spot where I am, I'll have to try and weigh it down, or I may have to just hand hold it for the vlogging shots that I'm doing. So yeah, that's going to be my second tripod. So if I take that off, that's going to have to fit in the suitcase as well. So, but look at it, it's so slim. I've got no worries that that's going to fit in, because that literally slots down, bosh, it's in. Right, so I think the last thing that's worth talking about is another thing. Oh, there's the DJI, that's got to go in. It's another thing that I just really have to take with me. It's so handy to have. It doesn't weigh much, and I know that this will be really useful for some of the shots that I'm going to be getting, and some of the potential weighting around that I'm going to be getting. So this is my sit pad. Again, it's in my video of the 10 must-haves in your camera bag. So yeah, it's well worth a watch, that video, if you haven't watched it already. So, oh gosh, it's covered in mud and stuff, but that's my sit pad. Oh, Frankie's going to kill me. This is getting mud everywhere. Yes, that's my sit pad. I definitely need that because, like I said, there is the potential for quite a bit of weighting around where I'm going. So I need something comfortable to sit on and something to insulate me from the cold ground as well. So that's going to have to squeeze in somehow. That goes under there. Right, so that was quite successful actually. Apart from not being able to fit the A6400 in, that's a bit of a shame. But like I said, I am really happy with the DJI Action 4 so far. So that's not too big of a deal. So all of the camera gear's in there. Tripod is in the suitcase. That, you know, that doesn't weigh much. That's definitely going to fit under the seat in front of me, so I haven't got any worries about that. Now we've got to try and get this bag closed. So I might have to sit on it in a minute to try and get it to shut. This is a bit worrying. Go. Okay. Yeah. That is one full suitcase. What do you know? It fits. So, that's the carry-on suitcase. That is the vast majority, bar the tripod, of my camera gear. Look at that. That is a nice little setup for traveling. So I'm going away for 4 nights. Like I said, it's a cold location. It might be snowing. I'm hoping for snow. But yeah, I don't know what the weather's going to bring. So I have got a few layers. Obviously, I'm going to be wearing stuff as well. So I'll be wearing a down jacket, and I've got everything I need to make sure that I'm as warm as I can be. But I'm not going fully prepared for like Arctic conditions or anything like that. But it's a really, really cool photography location. It's somewhere that I've been a couple of times before, so I know the area pretty well. And I'm really excited to go back again and take some more amazing shots. Last time I had a full frame camera, and it'll be interesting to see how this new APS-C setup works with some of the shots actually. And yeah, I'm really excited to show you guys. So yeah, join me next week when I will be in said location and we'll be in the field shooting some amazing landscapes. I can't say what yet, but trust me, it's going to be worth the wait. So yeah, join me next week and you'll see where all this gear ends up in the world. So yeah, thank you guys. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and like it if you haven't already. It'd be much appreciated, and it really helps me to get the channel to grow, and it just, yeah, really gives me a bit of support in this YouTube journey. So with that, I will say goodbye and I'll see you next week. Thank you guys. Bye.